Barry's being bad. All right, don't do it, Barry. All right, well, welcome everybody. Great to have you here, and welcome to the team meeting. Everybody unmute your mics and just say hello. Great to see you guys, and hello. Great to see you guys. So, all right. Yeah. We got a great team meeting planned for you today. Oh, there's Stroopy's in Barry's office. I love it. So, couple ground rules today. I'm gonna have everybody mute your mics because we're getting feedback. I know I told you to unmute your mics, my bad, but I like to get you guys involved. Oh, there we go. It's better quality for everybody. So number one, come to this meeting to give. You know, if you took a listing, you're not bragging, we want to hear about it. If you just sold a home or you just closed a tough deal and you learned a valuable lesson, share. We want to learn from your pain is our gain. So if we can learn things, right, from each other, that's the whole purpose of this collaborative team meeting. So that's number one, come prepared to share. You learned something new that you saw on a webinar or a podcast, or maybe you just did something and it worked and you're like, oh my gosh, this was great. So that'll be great. And keep in mind, we are watching you. So Barry, if you're having another conversation, we're totally watching that. And we're not distracted by it at all. He probably muted his mic. He doesn't even hear me now. That's so funny. He's not even listening. So just keep in mind, everybody's watching everybody and no one is ever distracted by that. Okay, did you exit out? You bumped him. Rob just kicked him out.
No, I just stopped this video.
Oh, you stopped this video, so you can come back in. That's so funny. See, have people help me. I'm like the Wizard of Oz. Okay, so we're going to start today with some exciting news. We are changing title companies. That's right. Oh, that made a smile on Christine's face. Go ahead and unmute your mic, Christine. For those who have not heard, Christine, how long have you and I worked together for now?
I think probably close to 20 years, don't you think?
A long time. I don't think I had any of this little gray feather.
Yeah, I don't think I had these lines either.
We were young and beautiful. Now we're just more beautiful, but we're older. So, and Christine, you're as beautiful as ever. So our favorite escrow officer, we followed her from First American for years and years and years. She was there to Chicago Title. And now we're following her to her new escrow and title company. So Christine, why don't you tell everyone about the new exciting move you have made?
So this has been a dream of ours, Jim and I, to own a title escrow company. Jim got the opportunity to come into a title company that's already in Nevada. And about a year ago, we actually bought the title company. So that's been a huge dream for us. So it's been in works for about a year. Jim's been up here in Reno, Nevada. He's got 4 or 5 offices up here, and we are now expanding to California. It's been in the works for a little while. We're going to be opening up, I'm hoping in a couple weeks. We've already located a spot on Rocky Ridge. It's called Signature Title Services, and I'll be doing the same exact thing I've always done for all of you, but just with a different company, my company, which is super cool to work for myself now. Instead of a Fortune 500 company, I can start putting money in my pocket as you guys all work for yourself. So we're really excited about it. We're gonna have the same products. We're gonna have the same thing. I'm not sure if Heather's on here, but Heather's been great. She's been very supportive of me as well. We're going to have the same tools that Chicago had, net sheets, farming, all of the same thing, but with a different title company. But we're super excited. Love to see you guys all. We're going to have an open house, hopefully in a few weeks. You guys can all come by the office and see us, and hopefully we can continue to partner up. I didn't reach out to a lot of you guys. I was very respectful when I left Chicago Title. I didn't want to, they kept me, normally when an escrow officer resigns, they kind of walk you out the door. Well, fortunately, I was very respectful to them and they were very respectful to me. They let me stay a few days. I told a few of you guys that I was leaving. I didn't tell you beforehand because, again, I was trying to be very respectful to Chicago Title. So I'm going to start reaching out to all of you guys. I'll get you guys all my new information, and I hope we can still work together.
So a couple quick questions. Number one, and I did talk to Heather, and Heather's been amazing. We love her, but I said, come on, I met you through Christine. Christine is our go-to, and you're amazing. So it is kind of a bittersweet thing for Heather, but you know, she understood and she was really cool with it, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
We want to celebrate your new company. You've been great to us. What do we do though in the next few weeks while you're trying to get Signature Titles doors open? I guess we have to open escrow somewhere else. I mean,
we can still open escrow with me here. I can start the process. We have an underwriter that I'm using right now until title and escrow gets open in California. So I manage the whole deal, and it just goes under a different licensing company.
So I'm just going to ask the question. Hopefully everybody's thinking, what if your title and escrow company doesn't open in the next 2 weeks and it takes 6 months? Can we still close our escrow with you, or now are we in a bad situation?
No, we can do front to begin or beginning to end. I already have several deals. I have one that's closing next week. So yeah.
You're using not your Signature Title license. You're using somebody else is letting you kind of do business, and then you're just making it happen. So we can still use you. So, but you got, so what do they write in? Because we used to write in Chicago Title. I don't think we can write in Signature Title right now, correct?
You can. I'm still working under Signature Title, but our underwriter is called WFG, and that's the title company that we're using their license.
That's a funny WFG. That just reminds, that sounds funny. So the deal is but that doesn't matter to us who your underwriter, WFG, we don't need to know that. So if we are doing the deal, we want to we write in Signature Title.
You can write in Signature Title, but the deposit check, and you'll see the paperwork come through as WFG. So you can either write in Signature.
What do you want us to do? How about this? What do you want us to do?
Let's just make it easy at this point and do WFG.
Thank you. That's what I was getting at. So if you'd like to work with Christine and you love her and think she's amazing, she's been taking care of us for like almost 20 years. She's the best at what she does. Branch manager, First American, branch manager, Chicago Title, and now she's a branch manager / owner of Signature Title. But you want to write in, everybody write that down. Somebody put it in the chat and we'll put it on the team page, right, Rob?
What's that?
WFG is our new
send me something.
Send us something.
Okay.
About phone numbers, address.
I'll get on the page and post everything on the page.
So you can go on the Brent Gove Team page and do something for everybody.
Yep.
So that's that. Well, congratulations, Christine, to you and Jim. We love you both. They've been so supportive of the Brent Gove Team for 20 years. Yeah. And one of the things we are is loyal and grateful, which by the way is probably Barry Mathis's greatest trait. He's one of the most loyal, amazing, dear friends of mine. I love you, Barry. And he's taught me about that. He'll give you the shirt off his back. And so Christine, we just appreciate you. We're grateful, and we're going to stick with you. WFG for until Signature Title opens in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, whatever it is. I heard it's not easy, so I hope it opens in 2 weeks, like you're saying. I heard it is not easy.
It's be a challenge.
But WFG.
Christine, should we have WFG Title or just WFG?
WFG Title is fine, but WFG is their name, so it won't matter if it doesn't say title.
Christine, for those people, not everybody's in the Brent Gove Team page. Not everyone's in.
Okay.
So what is your cell phone number? People want to use you as their escrow officer and start working with you in WFG for the time being till Signature Title's up and running. What is your cell phone number?
It's 916-677-9331.
Great. Is there a chat on this thing? I don't see chat anywhere.
We have it turned off. So
oh, it's turned off. Okay. So give the number one more time. I was going to put in the chat bar. We don't have chat on for some reason. Say it one more time.
916-677-9331.
Good. There you go. Anybody have a question? That's a good question, Barry. Anybody else have a question? It's a very collaborative group here. Fire away for Christine. Comment, question?
Come on, Jen. I know you have a question.
Nope, she's good. Okay, Christine, give her a hand. Good job, everybody.
Thank
Move your
you.
arms. Say good
I
job. We're
appreciate
excited.
it. I appreciate
Right on,
it.
right on, right on. Okay, well, on that, I have some exciting news. We have Manu, and Manu is there with her new helicopter she brought. No, I'm kidding. I love that backdrop, Manu. That's cool. But is that Sam coming off the helicopter behind you there, Manu? In the picture in your backdrop, Manu, is that Sam? All right. We can see you. Wave at us, Manu, if you can hear my voice. Wave. We can hear you, Manu. We can hear you. I think she lost her video. And maybe even her audio. That's so funny. Wave at me, Manu, if you can hear me. Oh, well, until she gets her check worked out. Sam, her husband, just got his real estate license. So welcome, Sam, to the world of real estate. He was the #1 salesperson at RC Willey. I bought a ton of furniture from him myself, and we love Sam, and he's so excited. So congratulations, Sam. Okay, moving along. Let's see, I'm checking my list. Is Megan Gonzalez on today? Megan, if you're somewhere where you can't do video, at least unmute your mic. I'm watching your screen. Can you unmute your mic, Megan Gonzalez? We'll see. Right now it shows the video's off and the mic is off.
Hello.
There she is. Are you there, Megan?
I'm making breakfast
There you are. How you doing?
in the gym. Good.
Good. So exciting announcement for Megan. She's brand new to real estate and she has put her first home in escrow. Congratulations. That is, I remember selling my first home. That actually may not be true. Actually, I used to remember selling it. It's been 24 years, but I'm sure it was very exciting. And are you excited?
I'm excited. There's a lot to it. So I'm just taking it, asking Missy tons of things.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations. Just want to give you a thumbs up and a shout out. You did good.
Thank you.
Right on. Way to
First
go.
couple months. Good first couple months.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So that's it. I just want to give you a thumbs up. Thank you for jumping on. Is Darcy Stratton on? I was going to have Darcy share something. Could somebody, Rob, can you shoot her a text? So I really want her to share something. I'm going to steal her thunder and do it myself, but I'd rather she was on. Ask her if she's going to jump on. She planned on it, so I'm not sure what's going on there. So while we're waiting for hopefully Darcy to jump on, I'm going to switch to John and Valerie. John and Valerie did something really cool this week that they created, and I'm not sure when they created it, but I think it's awesome. So John and Valerie, you want to share with everyone what you're doing?
Sure. So what we're doing is on October 15th, the House of Oliver, we're having a networking mixer, right? So there's going to be people obviously from the real estate industry. There's going to be people outside of the real estate industry. Anybody's welcome. It's 100% free. You just go to madeformoremixer.com. It'll bring up the Eventbrite link. You can register there. Again, it's free. But if you register, you're going to get 2 drink tickets. So there's going to be, we're serving wine and charcuterie boards, right? Until we run out. So the first 50 people.
Free. I like that.
Free wine and food. And there's going to be a photo booth. It's going to be a blast. It'll be a fun time. Valerie, anything?
Charcuterie boards are yummy there. My wife loves that place. What time is it on October 15th?
October 15th. So we are starting it at 5:30. So if you want to order additional food, we're still in the happy hour time, but it runs 5:30 to 8.
And that place is awesome. It's got indoor, outdoor. It holds a lot of people. So
Yeah.
We've never been to House of Oliver. It's a super fun place. And hopefully Alicia's going to show up. Christine Adams, hopefully you will show up and support us and support John and Valerie. And so made the numeral 4 more.com, made for more.
Mixer, because we're mixing. Like it's not a don't think you're looking for a spouse or anything there. It's made for more mixer.com.
Hey, you never know. So
it's going to be outside, so we're here. Yeah, you never know. So we're going to hear to the
wine and having a charcuterie board. Anything could happen. So it'll be a lot of fun. I'm booked in, but I'm gonna unbook myself. I'm gonna be there. I'm just kidding. I don't know if I'm booked, but
hey, love to see you there, Brent.
Hey, I have not had a glass of wine in 6 weeks. I just lost 42 pounds.
Boom.
So I am doing good. I'm skinny. Well, not skinny at all, but I'm heading in the right direction. Darcy's on the way. Good. So I will be there and I'll be sipping on soda water and lime. I'm sure it'll be delicious. And then I'm going to bust out, instead of a charcuterie board, I'm going to get one of these. It's so good. You guys, I feel sorry for you drinking all that good wine and charcuterie board. But I'm kidding. But I'm gonna suck it up and put on my big boy pants, so I don't have to put on my big boy pants too many.
Hey, you're looking good, Brent. Every single time I see you, it's like you're making progress.
Yep, I just hit a weight I haven't been at for 10 years. So anyways, I want to look like you, John. You look good, man. I want to look like you. Okay, so switching gears. That is a cool thing. Come join us. Have some fun. Bring your spouse. Bring an agent, whatever. Bring your home inspector. Just don't bring an escrow officer because Christine's going to be there. Don't bring a mortgage broker because Alicia's going to be there. So we want to give them lots of love. Speaking of Alicia, real quick, don't have a lot of time this time. But give us an update on where rates are, new loan programs, things, mistakes agents make. How can we help you get the loan done better? Fire away.
I'll be fast. I did post the rates for us again, still in the twos. We can get to 2.6 with 1 point right now, easy peasy. We did bring back Cal HFA. So down payment assistance is available again, 100% financing. I've been quoting your clients need to come up with scrounge together around 2,000 out the door. That's EMD and inspection costs total. And with that, they can buy 100% with rates at 3.1. So pretty phenomenal. So I just wanted to throw that out there. If you guys want more details, feel free to text me. My number is 916-256-6486. I did post a phenomenal book. I highly recommend the read. I put one of my favorite quotes in there, but it's all about facing fears and running into the storm. It's pretty magical. Last things I want to throw out there is please do not write inspections in your contract, you guys, so that the lender doesn't require you to fix things. If you write home inspections and inspections in general into your purchase agreement, my underwriter is going to want to see those and start to require random weird things to be fixed. So if you don't know that, you can always do your inspections and negotiate with them, but just putting them in the contracts now gives the lender an opinion. So that we can then enforce repair. So that's just a quick tip to keep you keep your escrow smooth.
I'm going to jump in on that. So you could do an addendum with the offer and just put, tell them, hey, I'm going to ask you to do a roof inspection or a pest inspection or a septic or a well, or can we put septic and well in, or don't even put those in?
I would prefer you not, or I don't want to see it.
No, so no inspections. If you want a roof inspection, a home inspection, a pest inspection, do it all separate. Tell them up front, we're going to ask you to pay for a home inspection, which is something I would not recommend in this market, but a roof inspection, a pest, we've been picking up those costs as buyers. So there's really no reason for you to do that. You're entitled to do any inspections you want, electrical, plumbing. You put it in the contract. Any underwriter from any one bank goes, oh, we want to see that. Mm-hmm. And then they see, $8,000 worth of plumbing that the buyer's like their grandfather or brother or, uncle's a plumber and will do it all for them for free for pizza and root beer. Now it has to be done prior to close of escrow, and they're not going to let them come in and do it for pizza and root beer. Now you have an $8,000 profit problem. The seller goes, I'll pay $2,000, and the buyer goes, I'll pay $2,000, and they tell the listing agent, you pay $2,000, buyer's agent, you pay $2,000. Now you just lost $2,000 because you're being dumb. So don't write these things in your contract. Do an addendum, put it in writing, and just over here, addendum A, put it and sign it. But if it's not attached to the contract, they're not going to say boo. It's perfectly legal to do an addendum A. Tell them I'm going to give you an addendum tomorrow once we're in contract stating. But again, why have the seller pay for that stuff? So in this climate, you don't even have to put it in addendum. Just go do all that stuff. Yes. And then if you're really worried about something, ask the seller to fix it in addendum. It's still outside of the contract, and the seller may go, pound sand, I'm not doing $8,000 worth of plumbing. I'm not doing a thing. The buyer's okay, I'll do it and fix it over the next 6 months to a year. Well, if the lender's involved, they go, no, it has to be done now. You have 1 week to fix it. Well, that's a problem. So good point. Thank you, Alicia. Anybody have a question for Alicia, or go ahead, Alicia. You were going to say something.
I was just going to throw out one last little nugget. We're still perfecting it, but Darcy and I did record our first, podcast. We want to be like Brent when we grow up, so we figured we'd start now. And so we did get the equipment. If any of you are local and do want to do a recording but don't want to do it on your phone, hit me up. We do have a little studio we created with, I have to learn to get closer to the mic, so it's a work in progress, but we're happy to help provide that for you.
Awesome. Love it. Major announcement for everybody. Darcy Stratton has decided to join a monastery. She's now a nun. I like the little white collar, Darcy Stratton. You look like a nun. You were walking in the parking lot. You look like, I don't know, Mother Teresa or something. It's pretty awesome. No disrespect to anybody. It was just funny. I'm kidding. But Darcy, undo your mic there. And we were talking this week and I'm like, oh my gosh, we so need to discuss this with the team. So Darcy was talking to me about video. And where are you? There you are. So Darcy, tell them the comments I was brilliant and you guys need to listen very close.
Okay, so this happened on one of my listings. My client has that Ring doorbell, and out front they also have a Ring video camera. So, this is multiple offers, showings back to back. Well, the agent with their buyers are chatting about their negotiating skills. You go see a home and then you walk outside and you talk about it candidly. Well, the agent's saying, hey, I'm going to get you in at this price. And then we're just going to, I see all these things wrong. And then we're going to negotiate it down here. So he's talking about his whole strategy and my client is hearing the whole thing. So now it's set up when I go, I'm like, woohoo, we got this great offer. And he's like, hell no, I heard him on the video call. So you have to be careful. So remember when you're walking up and you're like, oh, this door is disgusting. This neighborhood, they hear everything you're saying. So you have to kind of, just amp your buyers and yourself and maybe walk down the street a little because that can screw up the whole deal.
Yes. I know marijuana's legal now. Don't go in there and go,
yes,
they're watching,
right, exactly.
Okay? Don't do this. No, it's not the place to do anything weird. And here's the deal. James and Jenny will tell you they own 3 villas. They employ 48 people, senior care. That's what James does outside of this, he and his wife. They have smoke detectors and stuff that does not look like video, and it listens and watches and records. And even if they can't listen to you, they will watch. Let's watch the open house tonight instead of Jeopardy. And they'll watch you say, they'll watch whoever's sitting there. You better tell them, do not say this house sucks. I can get you such a better house. Yeah. Oh, you think they're gonna have that on video? It's gonna go to EXP, and you chose the agent from Remax or Coldwell Banker or EXP to hold your home open. You better talk to the agents that are holding your listings open. I'm telling you, this has been going on for a decade. Yes. I've had sellers get insulted, get irate, or people come in and go, this is filthy. How can they live like this? I had a woman in Granite Bay with diamonds and she drove a BMW and she's like, this place is disgusting. And I was thinking personally, this was probably 15 years ago. I'm like, man, I'd like to live here. It looks pretty good. But she was so snotty and dripping with diamonds and status. She was horrible. And they heard the whole thing. This is a long time ago. And so back then, I think they just had audio or something. But now they see it, they hear it, they record it. So yes. Open houses, they're listening and watching. Showing property. They are listening and watching.
Yes.
Don't be pulling drawers open. Do not be pulling people have cameras. Don't go into that master bedroom, start rifling through their clothes. Not that we did that stuff. I mean, maybe a few times I put on a few outfits, but other than that,
hey, Brent,
really cognizant of what you're doing, you guys. The stuff is being recorded, watched, and listened to. Yes.
Okay, so a new agent that is on my team, she allowed her clients to bring little Princess, into the house with them. Little Princess, their dog, right?
Oh, okay.
Into the $1 million Granite Bay home. And little Princess has an accident on the carpet. Yeah, right? So they wrap it all up in a bag. And as they walk out on the camera, the client, the seller, sees the bag, right? Didn't see anything in the home, but sees the bag. So and this is like a mom who has got her feathers in a huge ruffle and very meticulous home. So she calls up Marissa because she left her card and she's like, oh, sorry. I did not mean to say the agent's name. Sorry. She calls up Elizabeth, yes. And says, I'm going to blast you on every social media that there is out there. I'm going to take down your business. How dare you allow a dog into my home, blah, 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 blah. So she calls me and my mom, she's like, what do I do? We're like, throw money at her. And so she sent her flowers. She had all of her carpets professionally cleaned. And she actually ended up winning the woman over. But first of all, don't ever let a dog in a house with you, but just so you know, they see it all now. So we have to be really on alert because I am not a polished person.
I have brought dogs into vacant homes and termites running up the stairs down. I mean, I'm that guy. I'm horrible, but I thank God I don't have to do that anymore.
Don't let Princess in.
or Brutus, because Brutus is a bigger dump, right? You need a grocery bag for Brutus. Go ahead, John.
Good question. If your seller's doing that, don't they have to disclose it or have something posted? Or else can't they really get in trouble? Like, hey, I didn't know you recording me.
That's what I thought too. But I think with just that Ring doorbell, it's just an enter and exit type thing, right? It's not inside the home.
With the Ring doorbell, no, you don't have to disclose it because it's a Ring doorbell, right? I tell all my clients they're not legally allowed to do audio or visual video inside the home without written consent, or they can get sued. So I tell all my listings, all my sellers, I'm like, if you have that equipment, you have to take it down and shut it off for showings. You cannot have it on because it has to be written permission signed or they can get sued. The Ring doorbell, I believe that's a
Yeah. He buries that agent for Princess, and it was wrong that agent let that happen. But then the agent turns around and sues her and wins because we're in California. That makes so much sense.
Yes.
But, right? Is that crazy? But here's the deal. People will watch, will listen, they will hear what you say. That office died before it had a chance to be presented. And so just be really, really aware. You can get yourself in a very embarrassing situation. There was an agent who showed property, then came back that evening at like 8:30 to a multi-million-dollar home. It was vacant, but the bed was still there, brought her boyfriend, and they did the deal all on video. It was a big deal. Oh yeah, no. It was well-known fact. And she got in huge trouble for it. And I don't know. I maybe in Massachusetts they don't get sued, but in California you're going to get sued. Known fact. Can you believe that? And she was in somebody else's home. They're gone, and she did show up with her boyfriend, and that deal actually happened. So be very careful. I think enough said on this. Steak dinners, Darcy. You're not done. If you guys remember last week, I was telling you. This is hand-to-hand combat. Offer them a night at the Ritz-Carlton, Napa, dinner, their favorite steakhouse, where's your favorite restaurant? And for me, who knows my favorite restaurant? Anybody know my favorite restaurant?
Ruth Chris?
Yes, McCooney's.
McCooney's.
Ruth Chris is the second one. So don't assume they love Ruth Chris. They may not like Ruth Chris. Where's your favorite restaurant? Oh, this Thai food restaurant on Howe Avenue. I love it. I will give you a $200 gift card to your favorite place. People are like, you said McCooney's? I started salivating just now. So if they like Thai food, if they like Korean food, whatever it is, it don't matter. But ask the question. Don't assume they love steak. They may be vegan. It may be repulsive to them. But Darcy Stratton heard what I said. Darcy, tell them what happened.
My mom and I were trying to win this offer on a home in Placerville. There was 13 offers, and it's with Forth Hoyt. He's an old-time cowboy, and super cool guy. I haven't worked with him in a couple of years, but he's a good guy. And it was hard to get. He was being really, tight-lipped about everything. And so my mom and I are tag teaming, texting him, and finally I'm like, Forth, if you can get this for us, I will pay to take you and your wife to the nicest steak place out there. And my mom texts me and she's like, you sound like Brent. I'm like, where do you think I got that idea from?
And what happened?
And we won.
Is that the best $200 you ever spend? And some of you are like, well, what if I could have won with that? I'd save the $200. Trust me. And when next time you're in an offer on one of Forrest deal, who's the agent who sent him to Morton's or to Ruth Chris or wherever he likes to go? And he might do Cattleman's, right? Forth is kind of a real cowboy. See, John's from the oil fields of Bakersfield and Fresno. He's like, yeah, cattlemen's. Everybody has their thing. I cannot, my wife will not let me, we've never been in Cattleman's. She will not let me take her in there. I don't know, she's snooty. But I think Cattleman's is great. But
I like
anyway,
it.
so the point, yeah. So it works. Do this stuff. You're in hand-to-hand combat. Well, that's not fair to the other agents. You can feed your family or be fair to the other agents. You're here to win. You're here to have you have a fiduciary to your client to do everything you can that's legal and ethical and moral. And it's okay to say, if I happen to win this, this is what's going to happen. They go, oh, no, that's not important. And then I go, oh man, $200 gift card to McCooney's. I'm going to make this happen for them because I want to go to McCooney's. Now it's not such a big deal, but I'm telling you, I had a hairdresser work for 18 months to get me someone to list their home so she could go to Ruth Chris. She'd never been to Ruth Chris, always wanted to go to Ruth Chris. She worked for 18 months and she got me her neighbor's home. I listed that home and made $12,000. I gave her like a $300 gift card to Ruth Chris. Was that the best $300 I ever spent? And I didn't know.
Yeah.
I casually mentioned it to her. For 18 months, she was asking, do you need to buy a house? Do you need to list a house? And she gave me a few little light ones that didn't work out, but I got this one. And guess who went to Ruth Chris? And it would not have had the listing if I had not planted the seed. Can you print that in a magazine? No. Can you send that out in email? No. If you're going to give someone a nice gift, a hotel room at the Archer or the Andaz in Napa, dinner at the Ruth Chris or Morton's, you cannot put that in the flyers, brochures. It's purely word of mouth. You cannot advertise that. It is just a personal thing. It's something called being nice and a thank you card and a gift card to Ruth Chris, whatever, cash, whatever you want. $200 cash. All right, good question. Anybody else have a question or comment, or maybe you did something similar and you want to share that?
I have a question.
Okay.
So
You got your video working. We were trying to talk to you. Did you know that earlier?
I know I was trying to connect my headphones and they made everybody go like mute. So that's why I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Well, we congratulated Sam on getting his real estate license and get a big shout out.
Thank you. Yeah, he'll be onboarding pretty
You
soon.
got rid of the helicopter. You're now in Tahiti.
I'll put it back. We want to go this year again. Zion was 5-year-old when he had his first helicopter ride. So it's an amazing picture for us.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. So I was asking about the video, like, there are compliance set and all that. So I've made another video with Doug Rowley talking about California fires. I didn't go into the details. I just asked him how would he let people know, like, how can they prepare if something like that happens, or how they can be proactive about fires. So I wanted to put some pictures of California fires in the beginning of the video, but I know pictures are kind of like, people have rights to pictures, and if I download something from Google, like, I don't want to get in trouble for that. So what's your take on that? Like, what kind of pictures I can use, or should I be really careful about it?
I have the right person standing next to me, so I'm going to have Rob answer the question because I don't know how to answer that, but Rob does. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, so with any of that, let's see, can you hear me okay?
I'm muted.
Okay.
Everyone mute.
So I'm in the same room with Brent. So can you guys hear me okay?
Echoing.
Yeah.
I'm muted.
So you have to be really careful using any pictures that aren't copyright free. So let me show you a couple of sites that you can use. There are sites, we'll just go royalty free pictures, Google that, and then there are sites that have royalty-free pictures. They're all open license, and then when you click on one, it'll give you other options that obviously you can pay for. I mean, it's still, they're trying to, but there's great pictures in there I use all the time. You can use on anything, they're royalty-free. If you don't, if you just go and grab a picture off the internet, then you're subject to a lot of things. Same with video, have to be really careful just grabbing stock video off of things and using it online. What they have now is they actually have picture scanners. So you can put your picture in there and then you can ask it to scan the internet for that image, and it'll actually go out there. It's like a bot, and it'll look for that image and come back. Here's where this image is being used in these 7 places. They can send you cease and desist letters, or just go ahead and try to sue you.
Yeah. No, I've been using only the videos that I make personally from my cell phone and pictures I take. But I read in the business law class that
Okay,
the Google pictures are all.
Still talking, turn your audio back on. Yeah, so you're talking about pictures that you actually take yourself.
No. These pictures I wanted to use was from Google, like the California fire pictures in my new video. So that's why I was like, I want to know where I can find pictures like where that won't get me in trouble, because I don't want to use something off the internet because I know they're subject to copyrights.
Yeah, I think for those kind of pictures, I mean, news organizations, all that is going to, so the only thing I would recommend you could do there is get those pictures off of like an Instagram or something, and then give them credit for it. And you might even have to ask their permission to use it. Say, I'm a realtor talking about insurance or whatever. Is it okay if I give you credit to use this picture?
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
if you got
Sounds
that
good.
email, then that's coverage for you. And if you give them credit, that's coverage for you. And I think that would be a good way to get like a California fire picture.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Darcy, thank you, Rob, and thank you, Manu. Darcy hired a designer to build her a website. He grabbed a picture, was not like Manu, was not responsible. And Darcy, tell everyone what happened to you when the photographer who took that picture happened to find it. And there are software programs that are designed to find their stuff. And he found his picture, which was copyrighted and licensed on your website. You had nothing to do with it other than you pay, but web designer is the one who did it, but it was unfortunately your website. Tell everyone what happened.
It was just a picture of a home in Nevada City that he pulled off of like a chamber website, but didn't get permission from the photographer. And there's the bots on these pictures, and they go around and they look, and they found it on our website. So at first I got a letter saying, hey, you need to pay us $1,500 for using our picture on your website, and you need to take it off immediately. So I responded and said, it's been taken off and I'm not going to pay you. Well, fast forward, I think it took 4 years. It became a federal offense. So it became a huge lawsuit. And luckily I have an umbrella policy because it's not covered under our E&O, because I wasn't doing anything during practicing. It's just a marketing error, but an umbrella policy covers that marketing error. So they sued me for $150,000. And we had to go to court, and I had to get lawyers and everything. But luckily I had that insurance, or I would have had to pay.
Yeah. So everybody get an umbrella policy. They're cheap. They cost
They're $20 a month.
$20 a month, maybe $200-300 a year.
Yeah.
But they're $1 million policies that will save your fanny. I have one for 10 million. 10 million
good.
On me.
That's
so
good.
and it's reasonable. I think I spend $3,200 a year, but I get $10 million worth. I have more to lose now. And so get an umbrella policy. You're crazy not to have an umbrella policy. It's just like for whatever is missed, it'll pick up the slack. So
one more question. Is it the same for the new home constructions? Like say if I'm going to a new home and I made a video personally from of the kitchen, should I be careful about that? Because they usually don't care. They want you to market their new homes.
I think because it's your footage, right?
Yeah, I made it from my
You
own.
created it.
I think video's different. When you're making a video, people do video all the time. It's when you post somebody else's picture.
Yeah.
And they think it's a work of art.
I just wanted to make clear because I did make those videos myself from new homes, and I see all the agent going to a new home construction and doing a live like, hey, I'm at this new homes. Do you have like these beautiful things if you want to go see? So I don't think that'd be an issue.
Okay, I'm gonna have everyone mute your mics again. I'm gonna wrap this up today. Before I dive into mine, does anybody have a comment about a new listing they took, a closing they had, something they learned at close? We'd love to hear from you.
We just did a price drop on Kelly Lane. So that's 4-bedroom, 3-bath, completely remodeled on 3 acres in Newcastle, Del Oro School, for $825. And then I'm going right after this to go to a listing appointment for a horse ranch on 20 acres in Lincoln with 5 miners inch, which if you don't know country water, that's a crap ton.
That's a jackpot.
Crap ton. And I think Darcy and I were pricing out yesterday. I think it's going to be worth between 1.2, 1.3, although I'm pretty sure Darcy might have a buyer. But if not, if that doesn't work out, let me know, because that one should be coming up. And then I have another one that's off market, will go live in a couple weeks. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in Rockland with solar right next to a park. That one will be between, and the kitchen's completely like drop dead gorgeous, redone. That one should be about $450, $475. And I think that's it for now.
Beautiful. Anybody else want to share a new listing, price reduction? Barry.
Got a new listing. We have our listing in Roseville at 228 Elm Street, but I have a new one just been flipped. Really nice flip. This guy did a great job, and it's in Carmichael. 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. It is it'll be live at $595. It's fully staged. I'm getting pictures done later today, and that one is gorgeous. In the bathrooms, the bathroom lights are exhaust fans, and they're also Bluetooth speakers. So that's pretty cool. So
Hopefully they're not video.
no, they're not video.
Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah,
blender,
4220 Melissa Court. Beautiful quartz countertops, stainless steel. It's got one of those little pot filler things over the sink. That's kind of cool. I like that. Anyway, pretty cool.
Totally pretty cool. So wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Barry. Anybody else want to jump in before I wrap this up with the few points I had? John.
Valerie does.
Valerie.
Oh yeah, we took a new listing actually in Ripon, which I know probably you guys don't have clients there, but
Ripon.
anybody looking to move over from the Bay Area, it's a really nice little cul-de-sac neighborhood. Great house, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. So
I used to go there 30 years ago. It was a truck stop. If you're a trucker, then you lived in Ripon, baby. But now it's got suburbs and it's been developed. Yeah.
It's so nice now. I mean, we sold a house there last year for like $850. You know, it's actually really nice there. So anyways, if you know
I'm
anybody.
sorry, Ripon, if you're listening. Anyways, that's too funny. Roseville was nothing, and now look at Roseville. So Rockland was just rocks. That's why they called it Rockland. I used to 4-wheel drive in the 80s in Rockland. All this area, it was just rocks and pasture. So good. Anybody else? I want to share a couple things, but any other listings or anything else you want to share? Darcy.
So on 2 listings that I've had, I just put the coming soon sign 2 weeks before we're going to put it on the market, as we're getting ready. So one I'm closing on today, never hit the market. The other one, I put the closing coming soon on last Friday, and I have 2 showings already this week. And so that's been kind of a nice strategy because you get these buyers who will do anything. And if you get, you tell your clients, hey, this is, yeah, and then you can absolutely.
How do you handle the double ending with your seller? Hey, do I have to pay you twice? How do you handle it? I'm going to say hey, I found a buyer for my marketing. I got an offer for you, X. So does that mean I have to pay you twice, Darcy? I want to hear I want to role play with you. What do you say?
Okay. Well, my scenario is a little different, but I say, I'm going to represent you, and my mom, who's my partner, is going to represent them. So you still get, your fair representation on your side, and they get them too. My mom and I love to go at it and hash it out. So it's going to be a fun little competition. And, so normally the cost doesn't come up.
Okay. Very good. So you guys can pick a partner. One of you could take Missy, another one could take Krista, another one, you guys can partner up with people and do that. And there's ways to
Cindy and I do things like that too.
Yeah.
I'll represent you in a double-ended thing. You represent one of mine. Darcy doesn't have to worry about that. She's got her mom, but there's ways to do it to where the seller feels like they're being represented by. I've done both, and it's a tough walk. It's a tough walk to walk. Usually one of them either feels like they're kind of got not represented or totally didn't get misrepresented. And I hate having my integrity challenged, and it's like, I really don't like double ending properties for that reason. So there's a good way to do it. Find someone, maybe John Jennings or Manu or Melissa Lester or Barry represents one client, you do the other. Then Barry, I'll do it for you on one. I'll represent your client.
Yes.
There's ways to do this with people that you connect with. So Barry, you want to say something?
Yeah, I just, to me, it's about if you think that I'm dishonest, then don't hire me as your listing agent in the first place. So I usually go at it directly and say, hey, there's nothing wrong with dual representation. It's totally legal. However, if I was going to lie to you and be dishonest, then you shouldn't hire me in the first place. If you think I'm honest, then there's no problem. I'm not going to, reveal stuff to them that's confidential. Just like I wouldn't reveal, if you told me a secret outside of this listing agreement, I wouldn't reveal it to anybody else. So that's how I handle that conversation. I don't have a mom, Darcy, that's doing real estate. So.
Yeah.
But I believe you, Barry. I believe you. That was good.
that was good. So there's a way to handle that. Anybody else want to say something before we go any further? Anybody else?
I have a question on the coming soon, Darcy. I thought if you have a signed listing, it has to be live on the MLS within 3 days, unless you're not doing any marketing at all, like no signs, no pictures, no nothing. How do you?
That's a good question. That's a super good question. So you cannot have a signed listing agreement and do the coming soon, or it counts as days on the market on MLS. So don't sign a listing agreement.
You do it without a signed listing agreement then?
Absolutely. Yeah. They're not.
There's a way around it.
Okay, Jen, tell us.
All right. So hold on. So you heard what John said, and he's correct. You heard, and the way Darcy says, like, I don't have a signed listing agreement, which is you better be very confident, have a very good relationship.
Absolutely.
With
Absolutely.
Then Jen's got a solution. Plus, there's Brent's solution.
Woohoo! Don't put a date.
Mine's a little sketchy, I'll be honest with you.
Don't put a date on it.
Let's start with Jen. Jen, what is your Girl Scout solution? What is your...
Are you sure you want to say yours on a recorded thing? Because I know mine...
Yeah, I don't mind. Sketchy is not necessarily illegal. It's like taxes. There's gray areas.
Straight approved from the PCAR president from last year. So
mine's not that, but go ahead.
All right. I, of course, as you all know, treasure every word Brent says, and I take it to heart. So you can bet that every single listing I go on, they're gonna freaking sign a listing agreement when I walk out. I just printed one out for my 1.1. Look right here. Just print out while we're doing that. It will be signed. I don't care when they go live. If you want to do the legitimate legal route where they won't have any days on market and still have a signed agreement and have everything be all I's dotted, T's crossed, you would have that. You have your non-MLS form, you have everything, right? It's off-market listing. If you want to be completely legit, you send that to MLS, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it could count as days on market, unless before you go active, you cancel that listing agreement and immediately start a new one and send that to the MLS, and they won't count it days on market. However, do I actually do that? Hell no. But Debbie definitely, sorry, heck no. Debbie keeps everything on track for me so that I'm always legit and I can show, no, I have the paperwork. That's not how I actually do it, but that is a legitimate way to have a signed listing agreement. You can cancel it, do a new one, and they won't count the days on market. Boom.
Beautiful. There's one way to do it. And then there's my way, which is I tend to do stuff and then like, oh, okay. So, ask for permission letter, do it, whatever. And if they say, hey, you can't do that, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll pull it down. I mean, it's usually now, are they like, what happens if they catch you? You get a warning letter, or do they fine you big time? What happens what happens if an agent goes, I saw Brent Gove's coming soon 7 days early. It didn't come on for 7 days. I guess they could call the board, and the board's going to call you and say, you can't do that, and then stop doing it. But I tend to do stuff and ask for permission later. Like I said, mine's a little sketchy, but go ahead, Barry. I also drive in the diamond lane if I'm in a hurry and I'm by myself. So maybe you don't want to listen to me. I'm willing to pay the ticket. I figure I can pay $490. I'm in the diamond lane. I gotta go. Go ahead, Barry.
MLS fines start at $100. I've paid quite a few of them. That's not too bad. $100, I'm okay with that.
There you go. So
Me too.
I don't know.
Can't you just leave the date?
For the record, I have done the route where you put it up coming soon, and some agent literally at the beginning of COVID tried to tattle on me. The MLS person and the board was so mortified that they would even do that because it was literally days before. All I said was, I have all the paperwork. It's legit. It's signed. And they were like, well, here's a solution. They go, just take your sign down until it's actually 2 days before. I was like, okay.
There you go. That's kind of,
yeah. It's
I just go, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll change it. Darcy, you want to say something?
Nice.
So when you take the listing agreement, I mean, I do this a lot of times anyways. I'm like, let's just leave all the dates blank, since we know it's kind of a rolling figure of when we're going to do it. So can't you just leave the date blank and then you fill it in right before you put it on MLS?
You can do that. Now, here's the danger with that. I did that 20 years ago.
Okay.
And I gave them a copy with no dates blank. I listed 2 homes. And then we finally got ready to go on the market. And they had met somebody new. And they go, well, we have this, but none of the dates are filled in. They had a copy of it. Do not give them a copy. So they went to them and they took it to their manager at Coldwell Banker. They're like, oh, this guy's so out of here. This is a invalid contract, no dates. I lost both listings and lost like $25,000 of income 20 years ago. It was very painful for me. So I do no dates all the time. I do it all the time, Darcy.
Okay.
I just tell them I can't give you a copy of the contract. until we fill in the dates. And obviously we're not sure when you go on the market. So a lot of times I'll post date it. I'll post date. Okay, you think you're gonna come on in June 1st? Let's put June 1st and it's January. I just post date that sucker. So I actually always put dates on it, and I'm sure there's some problem with that, but they have a dated contract. They don't tell someone, hey, is it okay that it's supposed, I've never had anyone, I suppose it could happen. And then, so technically my contract isn't valid until June. So they could list with someone in March, sell the house and close. My contract doesn't start till June. Everything's dated June. All the signatures are dated June 1st. So there's, you know.
Okay.
There you go. Nothing's
I haven't had any problems though with the coming soon yet.
Exactly.
You know, it's worked good for me.
You've never had a problem with non-dated contracts either, you know? And
yeah, but I have
yeah.
gotten fined by the MLS, and I always think that I give
They
myself a
usually
pat on the
call
back.
you and just say, can you, you're like, sure. And it's good. I've never been fined by the MLS ever in 24 years. I've been contacted them probably 7 to 10 times in 24 years. They tell me what the problem is. I immediately comply. No fine. It's great. They're reasonable. They're like, I'm so sorry I have to call you, but you can't put a website in your marketing comments in the MLS. You cannot do that. Oh, okay, I'll take it out. And I take it out. Now, I don't constantly reoffend. If I learn I'm not supposed to do this, I'll find a new way to do it that's either totally legal or just a different approach that should work. Then if I get told out, okay, I won't use that one. So you get creative, gray area, but I am not blatantly, you know, doing that. So do the right thing. Do what you're good with. Some people take the home office tax deduction, other people don't. I don't take it. They say it's a gray area and you can run the flag up at the IRS. I go, forget that. I don't want to wave a flag and say, look at me. So I've never taken the home office deduction in 20 years. So that's a risky deduction that triggers audits. I don't take it. Okay, let's see. Okay, final things. I want all of you to wake up in the morning earlier than you normally do, 30 minutes early, get a notepad and a cup of coffee, and then write down, you know, what it is you need to do each day, and then prioritize it and take the 2 or 3 vital things, or 1 or 2 vital, and do them first. Get them out of the way. You tend to get a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Oh, I love that. I'll do that. Pick up my dry cleaning. Oh, I'm out of clothes. I'm gonna go get my dry cleaning. And then order a cake for Alicia Blackwood's birthday. That'll be fun. I'm gonna order a cake. And you do all the stuff you like, and then the really important stuff, like call the Smiths for an appointment to list their $1.8 million home. You put that off, then you get busy, like, I forgot. And so none of that. 30 golden minutes. If you'll start your mornings off with the list and then go, okay, what if I just did one thing on this? If I did this, if I got that $1.8 million listing contract signed, or that $350,000 listing contract signed, or I call the Bay Area clients who are coming up to buy 800,000 to 900,000 and able to get an appointment with them to look at property this weekend, that's a good day. And then you circle those things, highlight it, whatever, you will be far more effective. So 30 golden minutes. Finally, goals. What are your goals? Reset your goals, constantly reset them, and then read them, look at them. I'll give you an example of my goals of something I did that was very successful. Let's see if I can do it quickly as I have another call. Let me get, I don't know, I'm going to shrink this. Hopefully I'm not going to just like, here we are. Come on, open up. Okay, slideshow, beginning. So here's something I looked at every single day. You got to have goals. Well, by the way, there's some goals: trips, travel, being fit. The guy by Own It is fit. Finally doing that. Yes, it took 4 years, whatever. But, you know, goals, but well, chart, you visual, you see things, it's in front of you. But this little baby deserves to be in the Smithsonian. I looked at this 18 times a day for a year. And today I created a multi-million-dollar, where I pay millions of dollars in taxes annually because of this sheet of paper. And it was what I knew I needed to do. I need to enroll 40 people for EXP. I looked at it morning, noon, and night. I looked at it at stoplights. I brought it to lunch. I brought it to breakfast. I brought it to dinner. Who can I call? What can I do? How can I help? Boom, 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 boom. Became a freaking maniac. And guess what? Now yours could be listings. Your thing could be listings. Yours could be commercial real estate. Yours could be flipping homes. Yours could be whatever it is, but get your stuff. Look at the paper clips on all 4 corners. It was tattered. It was torn. What's the whiteout? What do you think the whiteout is? It didn't work out. And so, you know, but this thing is changed my life. But I looked at it constantly. Do you look at your goals like, well, that seems a little excessive, looking at my goals 15 to 20 times a day? live whatever kind of life you want. I love you guys. I care about you guys. Write down your goals, rewrite your goals, refocus again and again and again, and keep it in front of you. When you forget about them, when I say, what are your goals for this week, this month, this year? You're like, oh, they're in a drawer over here. Where's the filing cabinet? You got to see it, and then it starts happening. I love you guys. It is 10:58. I got to go. Unmute your mics. Say goodbye to me. I love you guys. Bye to each other.
Bye, Brent.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a great day.
We'll see you
Bye.
next
Thank
Thursday,
you.
10 to 11.
Have a great day.